Hello, welcome to The View from the IADB in Busan, Korea. I'm joined by Enrique Garcia, who is the president of CAF, a development bank in Latin America. Thank you for joining me. We are here in Busan, Korea, which is perhaps to some an unusual choice. Would you agree to have the IADB meeting in?
Not really. I think it's a very important place because, you know, first of all, it's a member of the IADB. And secondly, it's a very good example of how an underdeveloped country can change and become a developed nation in less than 2-3 decades. And why? Because they had a long-term plan, a good agenda, and they put emphasis on infrastructure, institutions, and education, which led them to technology, innovation, the attraction of the right type of foreign investment, and then they have a very important presence in the world. And precisely CAF is trying to build up a very good partnership with Korea so that we can take the good practices to Latin America.
So Korea is not yet a member of CAF, but you're working with the government to import perhaps some of the technology to the banks you work with.
No, definitely, and to try to support the initiatives that will precisely bring Korean firms to Latin America and to try to learn the good practices.
And looking at Latin America as a whole, the picture really for the past year and also focus for this year is not too appealing. But do you think that we may also get positively surprised by some of the countries in the region?
No, definitely. The fact that the region has had a slowdown is a consequence of the global environment. You know, when you have China growing at less than 7%, and you have a change in the environment because, you know, Europe continues to be in a very slow mood. Then, of course, countries, especially in Latin America, in the southern part, are affected because of the prices of commodities and things like that. But I wouldn't say there is a tragic moment. Of course, there are some countries which are facing a difficult situation, and one is Brazil, the other one is Venezuela, the other one is Argentina, but they are going to turn around. But at the same time, you have other countries that are doing fairly well in this context. You have, let me mention some of them. You have Colombia, you have Panama, you have Bolivia, you have Peru, you have Paraguay, you know, Uruguay, all of those are doing reasonably well. And Mexico is not doing great, but it's doing fairly well. They have made substantial changes in the policy framework, and I think that I foresee a positive outlook for the future.
That's great. Well, then it's good as always talking to you, and good to be here in Korea. And let's see where the discussions at the IADB will take us this year. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure indeed.